Okay, here we are back at White Brothers Music in Bath, Michigan, restoring this Pickett Violin in 1803 by Pickett. As you can see on the label there. The back here is glued up. There's two cracks. It's pretty hard to see with this camera, but that's going to be drying. Then we'll have to put a patch on the inside. The rest of the body is being soaked where the old glue has come apart. These rags here have been got hot water on them. This section here we already glued. Take the clamps off. And you can see the difference here. In this section here, which we've already glued, this is all cleaned up. No excess glue, as opposed to the other side where you can see lots of glue along here. That was from a previous repair. So we better gradually soaking that old glue and getting that off of there so we can glue it up with new glue. Here's the end block, which has already been cleaned up. That'll go back there once we get the old glue off, because you can't glue new glue with old glue, as it won't work. You're just gluing glue to glue. You have to glue wood to wood. So you can see a lot of that glue has softened up and turned to mush, so we can scrape it off. How to fit the ribs. There's some more old glue there. And this is an unusual violin, by the way, in that it has no upper corners. This is a own idiosyncratic design. Interesting scroll. But Mr. Pickett was 93 years old when he made this in 1903, so he was born in 1810, and that was in Ionia, Michigan, where this was made. About 40-50 miles from here. So once this is all cleaned up, I'll be gluing this ground on, at least part of the way. We will we'll probably glue this corner first, because we want this to be open and flexible before we fit it. These two ribs do not go together precisely, and they're a little bit long because of the shrinkage at the top. The grain goes a different way, so they don't shrink as much. They shrink this way, whereas the top shrinks that way. So eventually most old violins need the ribs slightly shortened. We'll do that after we